Southpaw, baby. That dub, you know. Great, man.
Okay, I lost it, but I want to learn what my mistake, what I did wrong during training, preparation, in the fight, everything like that, how I study my style, the style of my opponent.
We said Mayweather had a chance, Mayweather gonna win, become champion once again. Mayweather's levels above Barrios, even at that age. And Mayweather's actually older than Pacquiao. But those same people wasn't giving Pacquiao no chance.
According to circulating reports, Gervonta Davis has allegedly joined forces with Manny Pacquiao, offering insider advice on how to defeat Floyd Mayweather. Sources claim Davis, once mentored by Mayweather, shared key tactics and weaknesses, aiming to help Pacquiao prepare mentally and strategically for a possible high-stakes rematch.
Southpaw, baby. That dub, you know. Great, man.
Charleston White, known for his unfiltered takes, weighed in on the buzz surrounding Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring. According to him, the ideal comeback opponent isn't a young, aggressive fighter like Gervonta Davis, but someone from Manny's own generation, Floyd Mayweather. White argued that stylistically and promotionally, a rematch between Pacquiao and Mayweather would carry far more value. He suggested that Tank's youth and explosiveness might pose too steep a challenge for Manny at this stage, but a legacy bout with Floyd could generate massive revenue while being more evenly matched.
I think Pacquiao won, but yeah, I think it was a great fight though. I think he won by one. I think it was a real close fight. I think that youngster stuck to his game plan. He made it hard for him. Pacquiao was more active. I think he landed more punches. But you know, it's hard to kind of give him the belt coming right back. So yeah. I know it will. I think this will bring Mayweather out of retirement. Yeah, I think this will bring Mayweather out. Yeah, I think it's gonna bring him out of retirement. He ain't ready for Tank. Yeah, your hand now. He ain't ready for Tank. What about Rolling? Rolling. I think him and Rolly will make a good fight.
The tension between Floyd Mayweather and his former protege Gervonta Davis has only grown in recent years. While Mayweather has publicly praised Davis, expressing hopes that he reaches new heights in the sport, his behind-the-scenes moves tell a different story. Training Davis's opponents and aligning with rival camps left Tank feeling betrayed. Now, there's talk that Tank might return the favor, not with pettiness, but by using his deep understanding of Floyd's style to support Manny Pacquiao in a potential rematch.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, you know, throughout his life. So, but I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and you know, a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, you know, he's to me he's still a kid, and when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, you know, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
We may be witnessing Floyd Mayweather trying to sabotage Gervonta Tank Davis. Why else would he take to his social media, post a poster of Tank's fight with the words cancel? I mean, it's still there too. It's alarming to say the least. This is sad. Hopefully, this is just a rumor. And then it says breaking news. Cancel. Why is Floyd doing this? I don't know. Again, I always thought it was part of the plan, but like, I don't see how telling people the fight is off is helping the fight. I mean, I get the beef, getting attention on Tank could help the fight, but to purposely and directly go out there and tell the world that the fight is canceled seems a bit much. We know now, like my man Jay-Z said, the gloves is off, the love is done.
Tank Davis hasn't been shy about his confidence. In recent interviews and public appearances, he's claimed that among all active fighters, no one matches him in terms of pure skill. He's even suggested that his abilities surpass those of Floyd Mayweather, especially in a pound-for-pound context. While such a statement might seem audacious, it speaks to Davis's self-belief and evolving identity outside of Floyd's shadow. His assertion isn't just brash talk, it reflects his desire to stand alone, not as Floyd's student, but as his own man who could redefine modern boxing dominance.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Pacquiao's reaction to his 2015 defeat against Mayweather has always been rooted in reflection rather than regret. In recent interviews, he's spoken candidly about how that loss shaped his approach to boxing. Rather than dwelling on disappointment, he chose to study what went wrong, both tactically and physically. He understands the importance of angles, timing, and not allowing Mayweather to control the pace. If a rematch materializes, Manny insists he'll come in better prepared, not just physically, but mentally. His attitude highlights a champion's mindset, one that uses past setbacks as fuel for future success.
And I only bring this up because I wanna see if you can speak to the young fighters who have dealt with this. You know, in 2012, you had the Marquez knockout, right? And again, you're a global superstar having to deal with something like that. Like, how did you recover from that personally as a fighter? Because some people never come back from that. But you got up, you said, I made the mistake, I was careless, and you continued on with your career. How did you do that?
You know, when you are in boxing, you know, in your career as a boxer, expect that, you know, not all the time you you win. Like, I mean, there's a time that you lost. So you must accept it and learn from it. What I did is like, okay, I lost it, but I want to learn what my mistake, what I did wrong during training, preparation, in the fight, everything like that, how I study my style, the style of my opponent. That's how I became 8 different weight division champion. It's because I'm still, you know, I mix boxing into science. I have a principle like the secret arts of boxing. That's why I mix it.
Did you ever doubt yourself when you first came back after that knockout to say, man, do I still have it? Can I still take a punch?
No, I never doubt myself. Because it's my condition, my you know, my mind is still there. Like nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. It's just happened that way. You know, you cannot avoid the circumstances. You know.
Man, in 2015, you said that God spoke to you.
While the idea of Pacquiao facing Tank Davis has generated excitement, many observers believe the matchup could be lopsided. Tank is in his physical prime and possesses knockout power that few can match. Critics argue that even with all of Pacquiao's experience and tactical mastery, the raw force and youth Tank brings could be overwhelming. The risk of such a bout might outweigh the reward for Manny. For a fighter approaching 50, absorbing punches from someone like Davis could be career-ending. That's why many consider the Floyd rematch a more reasonable path, one that plays more to strategy than survival.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bad idea. It's a good money grab, though, but I don't think Pacquiao can handle Tank's power. But, you know, Pacquiao's still a hell of a fighter, you know. Tank don't have 100% KO ratio, so, you know, anything is possible, you know, so it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
Davis's rise has been electric. He's carefully studied the careers of those who came before him, Mayweather's defensive genius, Pacquiao's relentless aggression, and crafted his own style built around knockout power. His fights rarely go the distance because his shots are timed for maximum damage. But more than his strength, it's the psychological edge he brings that rattles opponents. Fighters enter the ring knowing they could be flattened at any moment. Davis combines star power with danger, and that dual threat image has positioned him as one of the most marketable and feared figures in modern boxing.
And when I ask a lot of the fanboys out there, I know you want to protect your tanky-wanky gumdrops, but do you think Tank will lose to Devin? They say no. Do you think Tank will lose to Ryan? No. Do you think he'll lose to T.O.? No. Do you think he'll lose to El Rayo at 140? No. Then what the hell are we doing? Let's see it so he can knock them off the list. And the thing is, he can do what the others have done who were actually smaller like Floyd, who was actually smaller like Manny Pacquiao, but the skill can make up the difference. But the big difference with Tank is he knocked out a heavyweight in sparring. His power can make up the difference too. It can translate even better. That guy is dynamic, and I just want him to demonstrate it.
Pacquiao's comments after his bout with Barrios revealed a man testing the waters, not diving in. He made it clear that this fight wasn't his end goal, it was just part of the journey. His performance, though not vintage Pacquiao, showed glimpses of the same speed and spirit that once made him a global icon. For Manny, the Barrios fight served as a benchmark, a way to assess where he stands before taking on larger challenges. The message was unmistakable. He's not done yet, and he's targeting something more meaningful, perhaps redemption.
I don't know, boss. May dala lang ho kami. May dala lang ho kami, boss. Salamat. Salamat sa ticket, boss. Mangga.
Ikakarga ko na lang, boss, sa sasakyan namin ni David.
May manggang Pilipino.
Boss, sa car mo na lang, boss, isakay. Yung iba sa sasakyan namin ni David.
Yung pa sa escape, gusto ni Ma'am Kiki, yung sansibal dito sa LA. Siya may-ari, yung kasama ko. Siya, boss. Oy, Flip. Ito po yan.
Nice to meet you.
Para sa amin to? Oo, boss. Thank you. You want to sign? Opo.
Sa sasakyan niyo po.
Boss, salamat po sa ticket. Thank you. Salamat po. Salamat. Ewan ko kung pwede po sulatan ng Philippine flag. Papapirmahan ko, lalagay ko lang po sa bahay.
Naganggaingon, boss. Naganggaingon. Naganggaingon. Bawal ba? Bawal yata. Bawal. Nagkuhan ko na, boss. Sila magsayo. Naganggapas. Paboran nila.
Sa t-shirt. Mark.
Jim Lampley's perspective offers a reality check. While nostalgia fuels public interest, Lampley warned that a sequel to Mayweather vs. Pacquiao might not live up to the hype. The pacing, sharpness, and drama that defined their primes may no longer be replicable. He's not dismissing their talent, but rather pointing out that the natural decline of time impacts even the greatest athletes. For promoters, the fight might be a goldmine, but for purists seeking a classic, it could fall short. His cautionary stance serves to balance the fervor surrounding the rumored rematch.
Before Mayweather-Pacquiao, people would run up to me on the street, run up to me in the shopping center in Vegas, run up to me in a hotel. When am I going to see Mayweather-Pacquiao? And I would say, well, we don't know, but it's not going to be a great fight. It's going to be watching somebody pluck the legs off of a spider at a step-by-step method. And you're going to watch Mayweather pluck the legs off the spider that is Pacquiao. And it's going to be pretty easy for him. And it's not going to be wildly entertaining. I call him the first great social media genius. He realized you could build an audience with negativity.
Sean Porter, a respected voice in boxing, had a ringside view of Pacquiao's recent form and wasn't disappointed. He stated with confidence that Manny still possesses the traits that made him elite: speed, rhythm, and conditioning. Watching the training sessions and in-ring execution, Porter remarked that age hasn't dulled Pacquiao's edge as much as critics assumed. For someone who has fought at the highest levels, Porter's endorsement carries weight. It supports the notion that Manny isn't chasing lost glory. He's still a real threat.
What do you think about the overall matchup? Everything, man. I watched him train like last week or the week before, and amazing to see him still move and bounce and do all the same things that he was doing in camp years ago when I was with him. So he's still locked in. He's still him, Crazy, but he is. You know what they say, man. The last thing to go is that power.
Most athletes begin to fade in their late 30s, but Pacquiao's athleticism remains uncanny. His movement in the ring still reflects sharp instincts, lightning footwork, and an unshaken command of distance. Maintaining this level of performance demands not just physical training, but relentless discipline. His body defies conventional timelines, and while he's no longer in his prime, he operates at a level many younger fighters still can't match. That longevity is what makes him such a fascinating case, and why fans are curious about how far he can still go.
An hour. He did strength and conditioning with you, which is not easy.
Yeah, he didn't realize that this gets a bit harder. As we increase the rounds, and this, he's going to fall back on the runs a little bit. Now he knows.
He did strength and conditioning with you. He went all out. He worked hard, and now he's doing 1,600 sit-ups.
Yeah, well,
he's a machine.
Yeah.
What kind of machine is he?
Huh?
What kind of machine?
Crazy machine. He will, but as we increase this, we'll pull the running back shorter, faster. But he knows. So now he knows what the training's about. We increase the train, we increase the stations, change it up all the time, so it's continually shocking his system, and we get the good results.
It was a great workout this morning. He worked hard, as he always does. And the whole team's here. You feel the energy, the vibe.
Yeah,
good energy.
More people than I thought, but
This is light.
This guy here, I got trying to get rid of this guy.
This is light.
Been trying like weeks now. He's one, and he keeps bugging me out his fucking jacket. Give me a jumper. Give me a jumper. Come on, mate.
Yesterday at the gym, he was throwing flurries, 10, 12, 15 punches in a combo. That's look incredible.
Listen, I know he missed and bags don't punch back, but he looks the same as he did.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that he hasn't missed a beat.
No, he hasn't missed a beat.
He went like this.
You know, never.
He ran?
Joseph said he didn't run, but he didn't run. With Ali, he turned around and...
The clash with Barrios wasn't expected to be close, yet Pacquiao turned it into a tactical showcase. Fans were surprised to see his bursts of combinations, lateral movement, and ring awareness all still sharp. Though he didn't dominate every round, the fight was competitive enough to remind everyone who he is. It wasn't nostalgia, it was execution. Against a much younger and fresher opponent, Manny proved he's not here just to celebrate a legacy. He's here to build on it. His strategy, heart, and fitness all pointed toward one conclusion. He's far from finished.
Manny's always been good at that. And my son really pointed it out perfectly. He was still good at it. He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever. They were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards. What we shouldn't forget is he's a special guy. And he put a special performance. I never saw calves on the legs of somebody that big. I mean, it's incredible. I thought early on he stumbled a little bit. I thought his legs were stumbling a little bit, like you might see in a 46-year-old, a little bit. But at the end, they got the act together. He used them pretty good. He used them pretty damn good. What I think he also did was maybe a little bit of, I think the word illusion is too powerful, but I'd say a little misleading, where he threw those real fast punches like my son said. They weren't quality punches like they used to be, where there was real impact and real power at the end of them. They were more like just quick punches. And they weren't all being impactful. They weren't all landing clean. Some did, but they weren't all landing clean. And they definitely weren't landing with real power. They really weren't. So you had a lot of that. And then what did you have on the other side, if I'm going to analyze this properly? You had Barrios landing good, clean jabs. I don't think we should forget that.
Pacquiao's pursuit of competition at 46 places him in rare company. While most fighters his age are long retired, he continues to prepare for high-level bouts. Against someone like Gervonta Davis, who is entering his physical prime, the contrast couldn't be starker. Yet that generational clash is what makes a potential matchup so compelling. There's still an emotional pull toward seeing Floyd and Manny settle unfinished business, but time has tilted the odds. Mayweather's recent foray into low-stakes exhibition matches contrasts sharply with Pacquiao's genuine pursuit of elite competition. Floyd hasn't fought a serious contender in years, while Manny has stayed closer to real combat.
The situation was going on with the steroids allegation, the needles, and the back and forth between the Pacquiao, as they called them back in the day, and the Mayweather fans. A lot of those fans still hold grudges towards Manny Pacquiao. I guarantee if that was Mayweather that was fighting Mario Barrios coming into that fight after a long layoff, all them people would have said Mayweather had a chance, Mayweather gonna win, become champion once again. Mayweather's levels above Mario Barrios even at that age. And Mayweather's actually older than Pacquiao. But those same people wasn't giving Pacquiao no chance to defeat an average fighter in Mario Barrios. And that's what I base my pick on, that Mario Barrios is average. Some people that's Tank Davis fans, you know, they want to blow up Mario Barrios into something that he really ain't. Because really before the Tank fight, we talking about Mario Barrios right now. Before the Tank fight, he took on a guy by the name of Ahmad Daliev. He lost that fight. And he took a beating from that fight. And Mario Barrios really ain't never been the same from that fight. Go back and watch that fight.
Pacquiao entered the ring with intensity that surprised even seasoned analysts. He didn't fight like a legend looking for applause. He fought like a contender chasing a goal. Every jab, every pivot was calculated and energetic. Despite the judge's decision, the crowd saw a man reigniting his fire. Pacquiao's performance left one message: he's not done. He has more to prove. And if Mayweather or Tank step in the ring with him now, it won't be a ceremonial fight. It'll be a real war.
The most surprising result from last night was 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao going 12 rounds and drawing against the WBC champion. And the craziest part of all of it might be that Manny Pacquiao might have been robbed. I genuinely think that Manny Pacquiao might have won the fight. He looked great. He looked sharp, especially for being a 46-year-old. And this is why I told you guys that Manny Pacquiao's mentality is different. His passion for boxing is unmatched. This is why he's one of the GOATs. From what we saw, we can see that he really put in a lot of work, because in his last fight, I believe it was 5 years ago, he didn't look good. He looked slow. He looked like a 46-year-old, well, a 40-year-old, because he was 40 years old back then. But he didn't look good, but he looked great. I feel if the rematch happens against Mayweather, which would honestly be an amazing fight because they're both old now, so they don't have any excuse of being like, oh, this guy's past his prime. They're both past their prime. They're both old. But if it happens, I think Manny Pacquiao wins. Floyd Mayweather hasn't fought, and he doesn't have the same amount of passion. He fought Logan Paul and Deji, but this guy fought an actual WBC champion and looked great and could have possibly beat him. He said he's not going to stop boxing, and he honestly has no reason why to stop. Now, obviously, I don't think he's like a top 10 boxer right now, or like currently whatever, but he can hold his own. If he went against someone like Gervonta Davis, yes, he'd get murdered, but there's a lot of fighters that he can go toe-to-toe with right now. I don't know, Fall for Sport content, we're about to hit 1,000.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.